Mikel Arteta from Spain.
He's a freak, but in a positive way.
Just another level, really, seeing how he works, seeing how his mind operates.
Really happy to work with him and to be able to learn and to be part of this project.
My God, there's some good managers there, but the winner is Mikel Arteta.
He's taken my game to a different level.
We have a young manager who's improving every match.
He's above or beyond a good manager.
You just die for him.
They could be brothers.
He was an incredible help for me, for the team, not for me, for the team.
If Pep is the present, then Arteta is certainly the future. But the question remains, can he really be as good as Guardiola himself? Can he really win 11 league titles within his first 17 seasons? To answer this, we need to go back to where it all started. Arteta grew up in San Sebastian in Spain, but the majority of his playing career would take place in the United Kingdom. He had stints with Rangers and Everton before making his way to Arsenal. It was at Arsenal where Arteta found the most success in his career, winning 2 FA Cups and 2 Community Shields. But after 5 seasons with the club, he decided it was the right time to hang up his boots.
Very honored to play for this club and captain this place, and it's gonna be hard for me to move on, but I really enjoy the day.
Arteta's career as a player was over, but his opportunities to go into coaching were plentiful. Lead the Arsenal Academy, join Pochettino's backroom staff at Spurs, or join Pep Guardiola's coaching team at Man City. For Arteta, one option stood out more than the others. Joining Man City's coaching team was a golden opportunity to reconnect with his childhood idol.
We met when I was 15 years old. Obviously, he was my idol. He was the one to try to emulate. He used to call me to ask me about English teams, and we built that relationship. And one day he was very clear to me, the day that I'm in England, I have a dream is to do what I did in Barcelona in this league when everybody says that it's impossible to do. And I would like your help and support and your experience to help me to achieve that dream. So that was it.
On the 3rd of July 2016, Arteta was appointed assistant coach to Pep at Manchester City.
I think Manchester City gave him the opportunity.
What worked about the relationship?
Chemistry. You have it or you don't have it with someone, and we had it from the first day.
You've never coached before. How was that for you, actually, that first time on the grass, speaking to some of, as I said, the best players in the world?
I think it's about building that trust, that what you are telling them, what you are trying to do with them, that it makes sense for them, that they feel that they're becoming better. Pep was so supportive, so open, and he gave me so much license right from the beginning that it made my job easier. When you have a person that is so determined, is so clear, so focused, and has so strong beliefs, you just die for him.
With Guardiola and Man City, Arteta won 2 Premier Leagues and 3 domestic cups. But despite these wins alongside his idol, Arteta knew he could be better than just an assistant.
I was clear when I started the coaching badges that one day I would like to be a manager. The question is when.
On the 20th of December 2019, Arteta returned to London as he was appointed head coach at his former club Arsenal.
I'm so excited. It's a massive pride, and a massive honor for me, so I couldn't be any happier. When I retired here, I had a dream. One day I would like to be the manager of this football club.
If he decides to move because he has this offer, this option, I will not say you don't have to go. So I want the best for my friends.
Obviously, with respect to Man City and Pep, obviously, because of the opportunity they gave me and the timing was pretty complicated for me to let them down on that position.
Here he felt much more at home, with more power and freedom to work his magic. But with great power comes great responsibility.
Because of the feelings that I had to the football club, I can't let these people down, So it's a lot of emotions going on there.
However, Arteta returned to North London prepared.
I've seen it firsthand, how tough, how hard, but as well how beautiful it is when you have to make the decision. I think it's a word that is adaptability, and as a player and as a manager, you need to have that capacity to adapt.
You see, Arteta realised it wasn't just about changing the tactics at Arsenal, but much more.
So what's the mission? What do you want to change? What do you want to shake up?
The first thing, I want to embrace everybody together, change the vibe, change the energy. It's having the feeling of being privileged to represent this club and be in the position that you are. They have to start accepting a different process, a different way of thinking. That's what I use the word unity. There is no question, there is just embracement. There is just one single direction. If you play every single game like that, I know the outcome.
Grab each other's hands now and feel it in your body, who we are next to each other,
who we are. Enjoy playing together. We're gonna get there. I don't know when. If it's gonna be in 2 weeks, in 3 months, we're gonna get there because they are convinced. And when they have that feeling, it's going to happen. We'll get it right. I'm convinced of that, and we need a little bit of time, that's all.
Arsenal trusted the process, and Arteta paid them back with a trophy in his first season.
I was brought here with the intention to bring the club back where it belongs, which is winning trophies. So thank you so much for the club for trusting in me. We had no crowds, and to build something like I believe it was necessary, and to create a very clear identity and a team that was so connected to its people, it was impossible to generate any connection and cohesion and an atmosphere around the place. It was extremely difficult, but winning trophies, I think, it gathers everybody together. You have the opportunity to give something back, you know, and some hope and some idea of what we were willing to do. We got the cup, the finals, we are here to win them. I'm so happy to deliver this to the football club, and let's move on.
Arteta won silverware so early into his managerial career, but in the league, it was yet another disappointing finish.
I think the competition right now in the country is much harder than what it was before. I have everything to do, and we need support, we need belief, and we need to go in the direction. It doesn't matter what happens.
It was at this point that Arteta made the first of many difficult choices.
Now, Arsenal midfielder Mesut Ozil has spoken out after being left out of their 25-man Premier League squad. He hasn't played for the club since March, claiming he's been shown a lack of loyalty. He says he's deeply disappointed.
Manager Mikel Arteta insisting any decision must be right for both player and club.
He has had the opportunities like everybody else. I'm sad that I had to leave 3 players out of this list, which is never pleasant.
Arteta's decision to leave star player Ozil out of the squad was controversial. And unfortunately, Arsenal would continue to make the headlines for the wrong reasons.
15th in the league, winless in 6, and on their worst start to a top-flight season since 1974.
We are 15th, sir! We are 15th! We are 5 points away from relegation!
Manager Mikel Arteta has admitted he must take the bullets for the club's poor form.
And you have to put your chest there and hit me, because you have the right to hit me, because I'm not winning. So what else can I do? Put my head down, work harder, and I try to do things better and improve.
Arteta put his head down and continued to work hard. But in the end, the outcome was the same. Another 8th place finish.
A lot of people were questioning you, looking at you, talking about your job. How difficult was that as a young manager?
Very difficult. It's something new that comes across. It's not easy. I had my fear, I have my doubts. What are you doing? Is it right? Is it wrong? Is it the right strategy?
But the 2021-22 season was not the fresh start he was hoping for. 3 games in, Arsenal was sitting at rock bottom of the table.
I'm sorry, we cannot give them the result right now, and we have to fix it.
I want someone in there that can manage and coach this football team properly.
Arteta, out! Now!
But there was one man who was confident that he could ride out the storm.
He's so strong, he will recover, he will analyze, and I'm pretty sure he will be back on track.
And everybody is suffering at the moment because we want much more, and we are working to get much more.
The persistence paid off for Arteta and Arsenal, and as the season neared its end, he had the chance to secure Champions League football for Arsenal.
Arsenal haven't played Champions League football since 2017.
Well, now is a decisive moment of the season, and every point and every game is going to have the outcome to achieve or don't achieve what we want.
It was all in their hands. Defeat Newcastle and Everton to secure top 4.
2-0 for Newcastle! And does that kill off Arsenal's Champions League dream?
But Arsenal fell at the final hurdle. A defeat to Newcastle handed the top 4 spot to rivals Tottenham instead.
Those difficult moments are necessary, individually for me, to learn, to understand, to reflect.
But Arteta understood that it was a sign, that the team was not ready for Champions League football.
So you're essentially saying that your side maybe wasn't ready to play in the Champions League ultimately?
Well, we proved that we come 2 points short. That's the league reflection.
So in the summer, his focus was to bring in players who had the experience of winning.
Very intelligent guy, you know, he was, I had very good time with him.
And now it's their turn to do the same and inspire those younger players that we have in our squad to show them what it takes to win.
And clearly it's worked. In the following season, Arteta shocked the world by leading Arsenal to a legitimate title race. They were top of the league with 6 games to spare, and were on their way to winning their first league title since 2004.
What we are doing, I think we are in a good place, but we have to take it day by day. For me, it's the secret. Our team is what we do every single day to maintain certain levels and to improve. Changing that culture, that environment, and bringing light to the club is just beautiful, because I can see the people coming to watch us and the people working for the club that they're really enjoying it.
But was it going to be that easy? You see, in order to win the Premier League, the student needed to overcome the master.
This last level demands this absolute perfection.
We cannot deny how important it is.
We really want it.
I think Mikel brings them in another dimension. In fact, they are huge competitors in all senses.
And we knew from the beginning, you want to win a Premier League, you have to go to Spurs and you have to beat them. You have to go to Chelsea and you have to beat them. You have to go away from them and you have to beat them.
And the Blues have said to the challengers, you'll have to wait your turn.
Arsenal were embarrassed 4-1 by Man City, who jumped to first place. And as the season came to a close, Arsenal could not reclaim the top spot.
If you are better than the opponent, great. If the opponent is better than you, you have to improve.
So how do you close this gap on Manchester City? What do you feel you've done in the summer that can bridge that?
We cannot look at it that way. I think we have to look at, okay, what we are doing and what we have to do better and how we're going to improve. And at the end is how we're going to increase the probabilities of winning matches.
Do you know where you need to improve, what you need to do to take them to the next level? And what would that be?
We are very clear. I cannot tell you obviously, but we are very clear what we have to do.
Kind of the trauma of missing out on the title last season informed how Arteta recalibrated his team for this. It's like he looked at every weakness in that run-in, particularly kind of in the defensive side, and he just did whatever was necessary to correct it, to make his team more secure, more stable, and I think that's led to the Arsenal that we see today.
Maybe this isn't about becoming as good as Guardiola.
It's great to get some things from other managers or even to copy, but you cannot copy and paste. It doesn't work, unfortunately.
Maybe this is about becoming the first Arteta, or maybe it's a bit of both.